गोकुलरञ्जनकाना गोपीपरनधन मदन मनोहर कालियधमन विधाना गोपीपरनधन मदन मनोहर कालियधमन विधाना अमल हरिनाम अमीय विलासा विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर बोरा वंशी बदान सुवासा वंशी बदान सुवासा प्रजाजनपालना शूरकुलनाशना नंदगोदन रखोवाला नंदगोधन रखोवाला गोविंद माधव नवानीत तास्कर सुंदर नंद गोपाला सुंदर नंद गोपाला यामुन ठठ चरा गोपी बसनहर रास रसिक कृप मोया रास रसिक कृप मोया श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर भक्ति विनोद श्राया भक्ति विनोद श्राया यशोमती नंदना प्रजापरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले ब्राजमनं यशोदबियोलुखालाधवमानं परामृष्टमात्यन्ततो नृत्यगोप्या रुदान्तं मुहुर्नेत्रायुग्मां मृजातां कराम्बोजायुग्मेन शातङ्कनेत्राम् मुहुश्वासाकं पातिरेखाङ्ककान्ता स्थिताग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिबादाम् इति दृक्स्वालीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमाजान्तम् अख्यापयन्तम् तडीयेषितान्येषु भक्तिर्जितात्वाम् पुनः प्रेमातास्तं सता वृत्तिवन्दे वरां देवामोक्षं न मोक्षावधिं वा न चन्यं वृन्देऽहं वरेसात् अपिहा इदं ते वा पूर्णता गोपालबालम् यदा मे मानस्य वीरस्तां किमन्ये इदं ते मुखं भोजम् अत्यन्तविल्ले वृत्तं खुण्टैले स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितां बिम्बरक्तादरं मनास्य वीरास्त्यां मलां लक्षालाभै नमो देवा दामोदरानन्त विष्णु प्रसिद्ध प्रभो दुःख जलब्धिमग्ना कृपा दृष्टि वृष्ट्याति दिनं बटानु गृहानिशमामर्ज्यं यदि अक्षिदृश्या कुबेरत्माजौ बदमूर्त्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वाकं मे प्रयाच न मोक्षे ग्राहो मे स्थिरामोदरेहा नमस्ते स्तुदाम्ने स्फुरादीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदारायत विश्वास्य दाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्तालीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे. Thank you.
Very nice, Vidit and family. Good job. Nice, Aarti.
Thank you. One second. Today I will be telling a story that was once said from Sukadeva Goswami. Akrura's experience in Vrindavana. One day, King Kamsa, the brother of Devaki, Lord Krishna's birth mother, ordered Akrura, the chief of King Kamsa, to bring Lord Krishna and Balarama back to Mathura to fulfill his desire to see both of them killed. As Akrura was getting his chariot ready to satisfy the order of King Kamsa, he thought, I am about to be standing in front of the Supreme Lord of all material things and supreme beauty. Even though Kamsa is cruel by nature, Akrura thanked Kamsa in his mind for giving him this great boon of meeting Lord Krishna. On his way to Vrindavana, Akrura thinks a lot about his meeting with Krishna and Balarama. He says, I am so fortunate that I get to see Lord Vishnu. Blessed are my eyes to have his darshan, and blessed are my words to have a conversation with the Lord. The very sight of Krishna will relieve me of all my sins. All of my good karma and my devotion to the Lord is becoming fruitful today. I will humbly stand before him with folded hands, and as he calls me dear Akruda and places his hands on my head, at that very moment my life's purpose will be fulfilled. Balarama will grasp my folded hands and will embrace me, welcome me inside, and will offer me food and inquire about my welfare. As imagined by Akrura, Krishna and Balarama received him with love and affection and offered him high chair and food and massaged his feet to remove his fatigue. Lord Krishna asked how his cruel uncle is treating the Yadavas and why he has come. Akrura told the reason for his arrival and the cruel plan of Kamsa, that he wants them to have a wrestling. Krishna and Balarama laughed loudly and informed Nanda about this. Nanda ordered people to collect gifts to the Lord King Kamsa. The news about this reached the Gopikas, and they were so distressed that some of them fainted and some lost their sensory activities and started meditating on Lord Krishna. The Gopikas thought that Akruda is really a cruel person, that he is taking away their beloved Krishna. Even though Akruda saw so many people crying and objecting to Krishna leaving, he prepared his chariot and started with Krishna and Balarama in the chariot. King Nanda and other coward men followed Akruda's chariot. Gopikas would not want to go back and followed Krishna. Somehow Krishna pacified the Gopikas and assured them that he will return soon. They were motionless and stayed still until the flag of the chariot and the dust behind it was visible. They went back without hope that Krishna would return and started chanting day and night about the pastimes they had with Krishna. On their way to Mathura, Akrura stopped the chariot at the banks of river Yamuna. Krishna and Balarama drank water and came back to the chariot. With their permission, Akrura went to the water and surprised to see them in the water. He came back to the chariot and was astonished to see both of them sitting in the chariot. He then went back to the river and saw Lord Vishnu resting on the 1,000-headed Adishesha, while other demigods offering prayers. With this vision, Akrura's ecstasy caused him goosebumps, and he was pleased, and tears started rolling down his cheeks. Akrura bowed his head on the ground and started praying Lord Krishna in a choked voice of great happiness. What Akrura said in his prayer was, O Krishna, son of Vasudeva, you are the source of the universe, Brahma, the creator born of you. 5 elements and the material world is your expansion. Different people try to reach you in different ways, and in the end they all reach you like all rivers reach the ocean. Even though the people who pray to other gods also worshiping you, as you are embodiment of all demigods. My humble obeisances to you who witness everyone's consciousness without bias. My humble pranams to the Lord who took 10 incarnations like Matsya to get the Vedas from the demons, Kurma to support the mountain, Mandhara to help churn the ocean, Varaha to lift the earth from Hiranyaksha, and the Hayagriva to kill Madhukaitaba, and also Narasimha, which is half lion and half man, to kill Hiranya Kashyapa to protect Prahalada. I am an ignorant fool who chases mirages while surrounded by water bodies. My intelligence is crippled, and I stayed away from you, and now I am approaching your holy feet. Though I am impure, you are the only Savior who can save me from this miseries of vicious circle of birth and death. What do we learn from Akrura's story? We learn that even though you are in bad company, if you focus on Lord Krishna, you will be blessed. Akrura was serving the cruel king Kamsa, but he was still blessed by Krishna because of his devotion. Sri Krishna is the Supreme Lord who is the cause of the whole creation, and prayers to any god will reach to him. Lord Krishna protects his devotees in several mysterious ways and answers their prayers like he did answer Akrura's prayers. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Vidit, are you at which grade? Which grade are you in?
I am in 5th grade and I am 10 years old.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. Okay, now, so nice messages from your pastime that you shared about Akrura. Though Akrura had the company of King Kamsa, because he had Krishna in his heart and had pure devotion for Krishna, he was never impacted by his association. And one point you mentioned there, that any god you pray, the prayers go to Lord Krishna. It's not completely right. If anyone prays to any demigod asking for pure bhakti, then it goes to Krishna. However, Krishna also says that if anybody worshipping any other form are indirectly worshipping Lord Krishna, but the intent of the prayer should be clear. If we ask for bhakti, yes, we will be directed toward Krishna. But if we ask for material desires, then that is a different dimension. And then one more. What is the third point? Can you tell me?
The third point was that Lord Krishna protects his devotees in several mysterious ways.
Yes, absolutely right. Krishna protects his devotees. He protects Gajendra. He protects Draupadi. He protects King Parikshit in the womb of his mother. He protects Pandavas so many times from so many dangers. So he protects his devotees in several mysterious ways. We cannot understand how. And that's the reason Krishna is called Achintya. Achintya meaning one who is inconceivable. So very beautiful messages. Thank you. And now we'll move on to the Navavidha Bhakti. We learned about Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam. And by way of this beautiful Damodara month and the program that we are doing online, we're actually doing all these 5 angas of Navavidha Bhakti. We are doing Shravanam because we are hearing to the pastimes. And one of the best things that one can do during Damodara month is read from Canto 10 of Srimad Bhagavatam, which pretty much every day we are doing. All the students, all the children are all picking pastimes from Bhagavatam Canto 10, which is all about Krishna's pastimes, direct pastimes. So we are doing Shravanam, we are doing Kirtanam because we are doing nice bhajans. Shravanam, Kirtanam, then Smaranam. How are we doing Smaranam? Because whoever is doing the presentation for that day or a few days before the presentation, they're constantly thinking about what do I present, which story do I present, how do I present, what is the information I need to put together. So this is all constant smaranam or remembrance, something in relation to Krishna, right? When we are collecting the information and making this PowerPoint. So this is smaranam. And then we are doing Archanam. Archanam is actually deity worship. We are not really doing deity worship, but we're offering Aarti to the deity of Damodara, right? And Vandanam. Vandanam is offering elaborate prayers. Today, the pastime that Vidit shared, actually, even he explained what prayers Akrura offered, how he's calling that you're the supreme, you are Ananta, you're worshipped by the demigods, even Brahma, who's born out of your navel. So all these prayers that were offered by Akrura. So we are doing 5 of the 9 angas that we have been learning. So how auspicious it is for all of us. We all should feel so blessed and feel thankful and grateful for the opportunity through Damodarmas. Now we'll move on to the next anga of Navavidha Bhakti, which is Dasyam. Dasyam in Sanskrit means servitude, meaning somebody who serves with devotion. And this anga is exemplified by whom? By Hanuman. Hanuman is also called as Ramadas. He prefers to be called as Ramdas because he wants to be always mentioned in connection with Lord Rama's name. He served Lord Rama with his most, the talent that he had was physical strength. And he used that to the best of his capacity in the service of Lord Rama. We all know how Hanuman flies to Sri Lanka, to the Lanka, when he came to know about how Lord Rama, Sita was captivated by Ravana in Lanka. So he flies across the ocean and finds Mother Sita. He consoles her and he proves to her and he says that Lord Rama is coming here to protect and to retrieve you. And then he uses his strength to fight against Ravana and to give a sample of how powerful Lord Rama is by setting the Lanka on fire. And then he comes back and then passes on that information to Lord Ramachandra and to all the others there. And now they make a plan as to how they should cross the ocean and then reach to Mother Sita's place to protect her. So, and even during the war, I mean, while building the bridge, also Hanuman helps in lifting big boulders and helps in constructing a bridge across the ocean to get to Lanka. And after getting to Lanka, the fight between Lord Ramachandra and Ravana also happens. And during that fight also, Hanuman contributes to the best of his capacity and all the time with the mood of servitude. And we all know how when Lakshmana was struck with the weapon of Indrajit and Lakshmana collapses and becomes unconscious, Hanuman flies and gets that the herb that was supposed to cure Lakshmana, as suggested by Sushena, who is the medical who was the doctor at that time and who suggested that this herb on this mountain is what is going to cure or bring Lakshmana to consciousness. Hanuman flies and goes there to that mountain, and he fights with several demigods who were guarding the mountain. So he fights them and then unable to figure out the herb. What does he do? He does not give up. He doesn't think, oh, I don't know which herb it is, so I'm not sure what to do. So he doesn't go empty-handed. He does his best of taking the entire the Parvat, the mountain. He picks the whole mountain and then he comes back and gives it to Sushena, and Sushena chooses the herb, and then he rescues Lakshmana from becoming unconscious. So there are so many other services that Hanuman does to Lord Ramachandra. He's constantly in the service of Lord Rama, always at his lotus feet. Even when Lord Ramachandra is sitting, he fans him. He uses his tail as an umbrella for Lord Ramachandra to protect as a canopy from sunlight. So he's constantly serving Lord Rama. And when we hear about the services that Hanuman does to Lord Ramachandra, we all might be thinking, oh, Hanuman is so powerful. He's having so much might. So he's able to serve Lord Rama. But who am I? I'm so small and nothing even compared to Hanuman. So what am I and how will I be able to serve Lord Ram? Right? To make us understand that it is not your physical capacity that pleases the Lord, but it is more so you are what you call the, okay, somebody is messaging here, Sanjeevani herb. Thank you, Sunita. Okay, so it is more so your attitude, your the consciousness with which we serve the Lord, that is more important, and that pleases Lord more than your physical gesture. Of course, physical also is important, but it is more about the consciousness and to the best of your physical capacity. And to demonstrate this, once when Hanuman was lifting big boulders and trying to help in building that bridge, he notices that a small spider also wanted to serve Lord Ramachandra in this noble mission of building that bridge. So what does the spider do? A spider is very tiny insect. So what does the spider do? It doesn't think, oh, I'm so little, what can I do in comparison to Hanuman? He's big, he's lifting big boulders, and I'm after all a small insect. How can I help? So the spider doesn't think like that and doesn't stop from helping. What does the spider do? It goes and makes itself wet with the water of the ocean, and comes and rolls in the sand, and then walks onto the bridge and wiggles its body on the bridge so that some sand particles fall on the bridge, and so therefore it is thinking that it is contributing to the best of its capacity. So as the spider was doing this, Hanuman notices that the spider is doing this, and while Hanuman is walking with the big boulders, he notices that the spider is on its way. And then at one point he says, you are hardly doing anything. Why are you coming on my way? Can you please go aside and just stop blocking me? Because I'm scared, that I'm worried that I will stamp on you. And then he belittles the spider, saying that you are hardly contributing anything to the building of this Varadi, or the Setu, or the bridge. And then Lord Ramchandra, who is there, who notices this conversation, he comes and to make Hanuman to make Hanuman understand the importance of the mood rather than the physical service, which is more important. He explains that the intensity and the desire with which you are doing is the same as the intensity and the desire which the spider is doing. For me, you both are equally serving. It's not that just because you are lifting big boulders, you are a bigger or you are of bigger service than the spider. For me, the intent is more important than the actual show of the work. So with that message, when Lord Ramchandra says that Hanuman feels humbled, and of course, this is not to say that Hanuman was very proud, or Hanuman did not have any empathy for other living entities or others' actions, but just only for all of us to understand that the Supreme Lord is more pleased by our consciousness and our intent in the actions that we perform more than the actions. Because sometimes, not sometimes, all the times, who are we and in what way can we really please Krishna? However, to show our love to Krishna, right? Krishna is all content. He's he's fully equipped. He's not hungry. He's not looking for our food. However, he's looking for our love. So when we offer food, or when we offer our gratitude, or when we offer our prayers with that mood, then Krishna is pleased. So that is the demonstration that is the message from the story of the spider and Hanuman. And what else? Then Hanuman also, when he goes to Lanka and he sees that Mother Sita has sindoor on her forehead. So then he asked Mother Sita, why do you put that sindoor? So Mother Sita says, oh, this is very auspicious, and it is for the longevity of my husband, my Prabhu, and it keeps my husband protected, and that's the reason I put sindoor on my forehead. Then Hanuman, taking that literally, the power of the sindoor that Mother Sita had on her forehead, he wanted to be even a greater protector of Lord Ramchandra. So what does he do? He covers his entire body with sindoor, and then just flies back to the place where Lord Rama and Lakshmana and all were resided on the other side of the ocean in India. And then when Lord Ramchandra sees Hanuman, why are you all fully with sindoor all over your body? Then he explains how Mother Sita was putting sindoor on her forehead for your safety and protection. Then I thought, if I do it all over my body, then you will be even more safe and even more protected. So everybody else laughs at the actions of Hanuman. However, Lord Ramchandra was so he feels very impressed by Hanuman's gesture, and then he hugs him and he blesses him. So that is how innocent and full of devotion is Hanuman's mood and prayers. So these are some inspirations that we have to take from the pastimes or from the role model of Hanuman. We have to use our strengths and see how we can serve the Lord. Some of us may be good at singing songs, some of us may be good at playing some musical instruments, some of us may be good at cooking well, some of us may be good at serving in other ways, like maybe talking about Lord Rama or Lord Krishna, talking about Bhagavad Gita. So whatever strengths we have, we should engage or use those strengths in the service of the Lord. And that is what pleases the Lord. It's not like, oh, if I don't have any strength, maybe you can use some of our money to spread the word of God, or maybe donate in temples, whatever way we can. Each one of us has our own strengths, so it is up to us to excavate or to see what our strengths are, and then use it in the service of the Lord. So that's about servitude or dasya bhava. So with that, we finished 6 of the angas of Navavidha Bhakti. And on that note, I want to stop here. Thank you once again to Vidit's family for the presentation. And we'll see you all again tomorrow, same place, same time. On the last day of Damodara month, which is November 18th, I request all of you to please speak something as to how you all felt participating in these sessions, and what is the inspiration you have got, or any other ideas, or whatever, maybe 1 or 2 sentences, something, share with the group, turn on, show us who you are, give a face to the names that we see, and please tell us your experiences. That way it will be a nice all of us will be able to see each other, and the final day, let's do that. So I look forward to you all participating on the final day of the Damodara month, which is on November 18th. That's all for today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama.
Thank you all for joining. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.